Rise and shine, everyone. Thank you for starting your day off with us here on Sunrise. Time now 6:01. Alicia and Jason here with you. It's going to be another nice summer day. Finally reached summer here in Minnesota.
Yes, it's finally here, John. I'm hoping the rain showers don't blow up my kiddie pool plans.
The kiddie pool plans? No, this is a kiddie pool day. This is the kiddie pool month. I actually killed a little portion of my grass. I left it on the same spot for 4 days. Mistake. 68 degrees today, 67 in Rochester, 58 in Grand Rapids. And this is all, we're warmer this morning because we got a little dying area of rain. That this little boundary is actually causing a couple of isolated cells. Now this one down towards Faribault, just south of Faribault on 35. I cannot rule out an isolated sprinkle this morning. Most of us stay dry, but that cloud cover will clear as we go throughout the day. There's that one cell, like I said, south on Faribault on 35 near Owatonna. That one actually is a downpour down there, so watch out for it if you're traveling south. Otherwise today, partly cloudy, back to the middle 80s. That's kiddie pool weather, and it looks like we'll stay mainly dry for your Wednesday.
Hey, not too bad of a day. Hey, that crash on Highway 61 that I was tracking, live look here in Maplewood, that's cleared as you can see. So if you're headed to Jim Lake or White Bear Lake now, it should be a smooth commute for you. Live look here also at Highway 52 in the Inver Grove Heights area when I see you next. So that'll be after break. I'll talk about some road work starting there when most of you get off work later today. Jason.
Cece, thank you very much. To our top story here at 6 a.m. Today is the final day in the week-long strike action for Minneapolis parks and rec maintenance workers.
In just a few hours, they're going to make a final push for new contracts. Our Michelle Bax joining us live in Minneapolis with a closer look at the day ahead. Good morning, Michelle.
Yeah, good morning to you, Jason, Alicia. It's all led up to this moment we are in right now. Today is the 7th and last planned day of this worker strike. They are set to come here at the headquarters here in 8 hours to not only form that picket line, but also begin that rally a few hours after their meeting. Now, LIUNA Local 363, representing more than 300 workers, wants better wages and health care. They started their strike last week after rejecting the Park Board's final offer, which in the board's eyes was competitive and fair, given multiple positions would see a roughly 10% wage increase over 3 years. Meanwhile, the union has cited its own studies saying the top pay for park keepers now is just about $31, $7 less than what suburbs would pay on average. And guys, we also know beyond the strike, this fight is happening on multiple fronts. We know earlier in the week, as we told you, the union filed an unethical labor practice suit related to what the board had recommended or required, but you know, all ended up being reversed. I'll detail more of what happened as well as the aftermath of what they're looking at right now coming up in 30 minutes. Back to you.
All right, we will talk to you then, Michelle. Thank you very much. We have new details about breaking news we brought to you on Sunrise yesterday morning. Minneapolis police say they're investigating 2 shootings on the city's north side. They happened in the same block of Emerson Avenue North, and they were just hours apart. So the first one happened 7:30 Monday night. Police say a man was shot and injured in a drive-by. And then hours later, police say they were called to that same location and found another man who had also been shot. He has serious injuries this morning. So far, no arrests have been made.
Developing this morning, we're waiting on charges to come down for more than a dozen people after the chaotic July 4th night in Dinkytown. Scenes like this one we're about to show you here, putting violence prevention in the spotlight. Audrey Russo has more on where those efforts are being focused from our newsroom. Hey, Audrey.
Hey, Alicia. Yeah, that's right. The first 4 defendants who appeared in court yesterday must stay out of Dinkytown as a condition of their release. Police accuse them of throwing fireworks at police and bystanders in the area surrounding U of M. All the defendants are Somali and most are from outside Minneapolis. They're all charged with rioting, and Abdi Hakim Aden is also charged with fleeing police. Now, the criminal complaint accuses 16 different people of causing 4th of July mayhem, but the Hennepin County Attorney's Office is still working on charges for the rest of the suspects.
It's okay to come to the downtown Minneapolis. This is your city. This is a beautiful place that you can be part of it. But we don't want to interrupt. We don't want you to go to jail. We don't want nobody to get hurt.
You just heard from a member of Somali Youth Link. That's a group that's working to intervene and stop dangerous behavior. Coming up in the next 30 minutes, I'll have more on how they're building relationships with Somali kids in Minneapolis. Back to you.
All right, Audrey, thank you very much. A Minneapolis area plagued by crime may soon get some much needed help. The city council hoping to open a community safety center in a part of South Minneapolis that's struggling with violence right now. That center will be right next to the Lake and Hiawatha Metro Transit Station, where a shooting happened just this week. Metro Transit Police Chief Ernest Morales says he's fed up with, quote, loitering drug dealers, something he says they've already tried to mitigate by adding extra security. That community safety center will have an MPD presence 5 days a week, including crime prevention specialists.
They will no longer have to be traveling from Northeast Minneapolis to a place on Lake Street. They can just be deployed right from that spot. So these are the kind of services that folks are going to be able to access. And, you know, there is a lot of other services that we can bring and try out to make sure that we can keep people safe in the area. So.
The council member Jason Chavez says they plan to open that center this fall, pending a vote in the full council next week.
Happening tonight, there's going to be a candlelight vigil to honor the life of Minnesota Vikings rookie Kyrie Jackson at his former college. It's happening at the University of Oregon tonight at Autzen Stadium. The 24-year-old was one of 3 victims in a 3-car crash in Maryland over this past weekend. Jackson played his last year in college with the Ducks before being drafted by the Vikings in the 4th round this year. Right now, prosecutors are reviewing the crash to decide whether to bring criminal charges against the driver who hit their car.
Right now, a Minnesota state trooper is facing 5 felony charges after a May crash in Rochester that killed a high school student and left 5 others hurt. According to a criminal complaint, Trooper Shane Roper was traveling 83 miles an hour in a 40 without lights or sirens while trying to catch up to a traffic violator. That's when he hit a Ford Focus, turning through the intersection in front of Apache Mall. 18-year-old Olivia Flores, set to graduate from Owatonna High School, was killed in that crash. Roper told investigators he thought his lights were on and the intersection was clear.
He both accelerated his speed tremendously, but also at the same time shut off all his emergency lighting on his vehicle. So his vehicle was just a dark colored vehicle that was traveling at an enormous speed into a very busy intersection.
Attorneys say Roper was disciplined 4 times previously for crashes in a squad car while speeding or distracted. He is set to make his first court appearance in late August.
Digging into the numbers, the Department of Public Safety says deadly crashes are up this year. So far, 192 people died in crashes on Minnesota roads. The Department of Public Safety officials used data recorded from the start of the year to June 25th, and that's a 25% increase from the same period in 2023. Officials with DPS also say 40% of all of last year's traffic deaths happened between Memorial Day and Labor Day. They say the biggest risk factors are impaired driving, speeding, distracted driving, and not wearing a seatbelt.
Heads up, if you live in Isanti County, the sheriff's office says its office phone number and several of its deputies' names are being used to try to scam people over the phone. So the sheriff's office says they would never ask for money over the phone. Very important to remember that. If you get a call, hang up and call the sheriff's office to report it.
Tomorrow, you could test drive a school bus in Annandale. M&M Bus Service provides transportation in schools in Wright County. They're having an open house in hopes to get more drivers for the upcoming school year. It's going to be from 3 to 6 at their headquarters. And it's not that hard.
It's not.